rise to higher levels of intimacy in the Balance Challenge. Tori Lynn's over here like 60 minutes, 60-minute massage, no sex.
60 minutes.
60
oh
minutes. Not even just a massage. And I'm not talking about massaging the shoulders. You know, that's probably part of it. But we're talking about head to toe full massage that you're not gonna get in a ethical massage parlor.
I'm gonna tell you something funny, because I know I've been celibate for 2 years, so what had happened was,
so that might not be the activity.
Yeah, I don't think it won't go well with me. 60 seconds all I'm gonna give them. But I was at a massage parlor, and a little Asian, he was a little short Asian man. He had been 80 years old, but he was seasoned. He could work it out. So I went back to him, and this time he had me on the table. You know, you take you in the room with the curtains like that. He put me on the table.
Yes.
And I got on the table. I'm laying there. So he came back in, and he said, "Whoa!" I looked up. You know, my head was in that thing, and I looked up, and I was like, "What is it?" Well, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to take my bra off.
Oh, really? You're not?
I was naked. I was like, "Hey, look."
I should take my bra off too.
I did too. And he said, "Whoa!" I was like, "What's wrong with you?" But yeah. So I was like, oh, I didn't think twice about it. I'm gonna get it the way I can get it.
Right.
So that was my thing.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, it's funny because that is my thing. My love language is physical touch. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not involved in that, I gotta go get a massage. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I don't mean to make it sound creepy. I mean, but I have to have that physical touch, and so that's my go-to to get that touch, to get a massage.
Oh, nobody touched me right now. I've been celibate for 2 years.
Yeah.
As I might be like, what's his name? Like Joseph when he had to run out his clothes.
Yeah. No, I need to make a distinction now. I don't want no misunderstandings. I don't go get the massage I'm recommending you guys to get. When for the balance, I go get an ethical massage from the massage parlor. But yes, so yeah, you have to know your limits. I totally get that. So if you are, for those of you out there, you're celibate, do not do number 3, which is the hour sensual massage. That is only if you are involved and you and your partner are like, nope, we are not celibate. Go for it.
Yeah.
If you are celibate, my challenge would be to have a conversation. Now, I don't know, is that violating the boundaries to be able to be willing to break the mold and have a conversation about sex?
We don't need to talk about it.
Now, I'm not talking about to another guy, somebody you'd be attracted to. I'm talking about your girlfriends.
Oh, yeah, this is my,
Okay. Yes, because I think we need to destigmatize it and be willing to have conversations about sex, and we have our limitations, but we just have so many blocks when it comes to it, and I'm like, y'all, we need to just get out of that.
My grandmother,
I love your grandmother.
Oh my gosh, she just put it in me like I came from a sexual family, and then the women in my family are dominant. So my grandmother, I could talk to her about anything. I could talk to my mom about anything. As a matter of fact, before I wrote the book Taboo, I ran it across my mom, and I was like, "Mom, what do you think about this?" I'm thinking God want me to write a book about taboo issues, but yet I'm a Christian, I'm celibate. She was like, I can see what him doing that shit for you, because I'm giving it from both views, from both angles.
Right.
From being married and then being single and then wanting to marry again.
Yes.
So that was the thing. But even with her, I asked her a question. I'm not gonna ask it because I probably can't ask it here. But I asked her, "Have you ever experienced this?" She was like, "I don't even know what that is."
Yeah.
So when I wrote it, I realized that there were a lot of women that don't know where the G spot is.
Yes,
well,
I just told a lot too.
Yeah.
Well, and those are good terms. We can use those. Those are terms that are okay, right?
Is that okay?
I think we can say that.
Yeah, don't shut us down.
I meant to ask, what are the words we cannot say on this episode?
Don't shut us down.
Yes, a lot of women don't know. They don't, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's so important for us to be willing to have these conversations, because some women don't even know that they don't know.
Right.
Right. And very interesting episode of Orange is the New Black, and this was, I think, season 4. The women had no idea that what their body makeup was down there. And they were shocked, and it was an episode where they're showing each other in the mirror, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I have more than one down." I didn't. Talking about,
more than one what?
Hole. Yeah. Anyway, they didn't understand the makeup. They thought that where they pee from is the same that for everything.
Okay.
That everything happens there, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so there was not a clear understanding of even the body makeup. And if you don't even know that, you know, how can you really fully understand what you like sexually and how to
also for the enjoyment of it, because if we're if this is a gift from God for married people, and then you're engaging in sex, you know, it's get past the little part of, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
I mean, the Song of Solomon, he had fun.
Right.
I mean, you can tell it. You can see it, like, he had fun.
Yes, he had a lot of fun. Yes. So, so I think that it's important for us to be willing to openly have these conversations. They don't always mean that they have to be raunchy or, you know, anything like that.
It's just intimacy.
It's part of life, literally. So, so we have a love note, and we're going to go into this love note. Okay. So this love note came to me anonymously from a woman we will call Donica. Tori Lynn, I'm going to need your feedback on this one. So, not to, but she says, Dr. Pamela, I've never really been big on sex. My husband is, and I want to please him, but none of it is appealing for me. Is there anything I can do to change my feelings about sex, or am I going to be this way forever? And I want a disclaimer, we're not sex therapists, and I think that might be one first step. But what do you have any thoughts on that?
I say get taboo. I mean, because I went there, you know, because one thing that is true is that when, especially Christians, we grow up, don't have sex, don't do this, don't do that, and then in a church, hellfire, brimstone, fornication. So we're taught not to enjoy sex, not to have sex, you know, and then we get married. You know, now what am I supposed to do? How do you deprogram?
You have to deprogram. Yes, absolutely.
So that's what another reason why I wrote it is because it's just going back, like I said, starting with what is your sexy? What is your sexy? You know, what's sexy about you?
Start with you.
Yeah, start with you.
Yes.
Because if you can't be in a room with your husband with the lights on, then that's a problem already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Just owning it. Just own it. You know, like I'm sexy this way, or this is what I like about myself, or whatever, or have fun with it while you're losing weight, or whatever.
Yes.
So that's the thing. I addressed it in Taboo because so many were taught this is not an enjoyable thing. But Song of Solomon definitely said it is.
Yes.
I mean, he showed us that this is something, and he adored her, and she adored him, and they enjoyed each other.
Right.
So that's what I feel like. I don't think that this is something like a permanent damage or like that. Unless your husband is raping you or making you feel uncomfortable about yourself, then I would definitely seek a therapist, number one. And surely read Taboo.
Yeah, I mean, and there are some really good tips in there, and some of which we're going to get into. But I also want to add to that, Donica, I love that you said to enjoy, have fun with it. One of the things that I did right after I got divorced is I signed up for a pole dancing class, and I probably should have done it maybe while I was married,
right?
But you know, I did it after. I was trying to find myself. I was trying to, but it was part of. It wasn't necessarily part of me trying to figure out how I can better please somebody else. It was me finding myself. It was finding my sexy, and I was able to find my sexy on the pole in the pole dancing class, and they have. You know, they had a chair dancing class. I mean, it was just, but it allowed me to learn how to express myself sexually in a way that wasn't shameful and wasn't demeaning. It was fun. So I think that is one, if you can find, like Tori Lynn said, the fun in it, I think that is a really a great way. Now, again, I do recommend checking out, if you say you've just never been into sex and you've never enjoyed it, I would say, you know, definitely connect with a sex therapist. They're out there
because there's reasons. Some people get molested.
Exactly.
You know, some people, like I said, taught that it was the wrong thing or whatever. So I think that definitely see a therapist because it's God called it good.
Yes, yes.
It's good.
It's
And it's enjoyable, and it's a wedding gift.
Right,
You know?
right. So yeah, so there are things that you can do. You ask the question, am I going to be this way forever? You don't have to be.
You don't have to be.
No. So but it does require that you are proactive, and that you're willing to step out of your comfort zone in order to change, into what it is you desire to be. So think about that, ponder that, and we'll be right back on the Live Exchange. My goodness, it's going too fast.